Welcome to Miss Martin Muses. Welcome to Miss Martin Muses. What are we musing about today? We are musing about A Game of Thrones, the book which I am reading for the first time. Today I'm going to be discussing chapter 26, which is when we get to meet Samwell Tarly. I am using once again wiki of Ice and Fire. I have the link right here. And it'll be in the description because I'm a nice person that way. I like to cite my sources. We're going to go through some of this and see what is happening with A Game of Thrones. What is happening? Well, Jon is helping the other recruits and with their swordsmanship when Samwell Tarly, the fattest boy he has ever seen, enters the yard. Sam nervously explains he's been told to come there for training, and Pip identifies him by his voice as a lordling from near Highgarden. Sam is immediately ridiculed by Sir Alliser Thorne because Sir Alliser Thorne is a jerk and I don't like him. I do not like him. He is not nice. Anyway, so he's being ridiculed by him, who says they are now sending pigs to man the wall. Although Sam has brought his own armor, none of it is black, so he has to be re-equipped, which requires some ingenuity by the armorer. And he's so pathetic and small and scared. And I love the first impression that Jon gets from him. And even though he was astonished about this poor big fat boy, he also seemed that he was not necessarily maybe relating to him, but admired him, the fact that he didn't even try to hide the fact that he was a loser, for lack of a better word. Continuing. When Sam returns, Sir Alliser sends Haldor, a very strong boy, against him. In under a minute, Sam is on the ground with a broken helm, screaming that he yields. When Sam refuses to stand up, Thorne tells Haldor to hit him with the first of the blade until he gets up. The initial hit is tentative, but Thorne insists that Haldor can hit harder, and the next blow splits leather. See, that's harsh, man. Jon's objections are initially stopped by Pip, but after another blow, Jon shakes him off and states there is no honor in beating a beaten foe, because that's just how honorable Jon Snow is. Jon helps Sam up, which Sir Alliser mocks as defending his lady love. And at that point, I wanted to punch Sir Alliser in the face. He's just not nice. Declaring it a training exercise, Thorne sends Haldor, Rost, and Albert to get past Jon to beat Sam. Jon braces himself for a hard fight. Sir Alliser sent 2 boys against him before, but never 3. To Jon's surprise, Pip and Gren come to his aid. The boys going against Jon hesitate, but Jon attacks. Jon soon takes off Haldor, but not before taking a damaging blow to his shoulder. Then he helps Pip take down Rost. Once Rost is down, Albert yields, and Sir Alliser leaves in a fury. I'll tell you what, this whole band of brothers thing that they're starting to develop with the different brothers, especially after their difficult start, is so much fun. Haldor wrenches off his helmet and throws it across the yard, declaring that he thought he had Jon. Jon admits that he almost did. When Jon attempts to remove his helmet, his shoulder is painful. Sam, his head bloody where his helmet had been split, comes over and helps Jon remove the helmet gently. You see, he is such a nice guy. This is why we love Samwell. We love Sam. We love him. He helps him out. Sam introduces himself, and Jon introduces himself, Gren, and Pip. Sam thanks them all. When asked why he did not fight back, Sam states that he couldn't because he is a coward. Jon and his friends are speechless. Who would admit he was a coward? Seeing the response of Jon and his friends, Sam apologizes to them, stating he does not like being a coward. As Sam leaves for the armory, Jon tells him tomorrow he will do better. But Sam insists he will not. You gotta admire a boy who knows himself. After Sam leaves, Gren states nobody likes cowards and was worried what everyone will think if they are associated with a coward. Pip's response is that if Gren met a bear in the woods, he would be too stupid to run away. Gren insists he would run faster than Pip, then attacks Pip when he realizes the trick. Indeed. See, aren't they cute? For the recruits, memories are for swordplay and afternoons for other work, which is varied, so that the watch can measure a recruit's skills. That afternoon, John is to spread gravel on top of the wall by himself, so he doesn't slip. I guess that's before they had salt. This gives him a chance to contemplate Sam. He thinks about Tyrion Lannister's statement. You see, statement about denying a hard truth, and realizes that Sam's admission of cowardice took a certain kind of courage. You see this character development? This is so good. That Sam and I guess Jon and Tyrion kind of have something in common. When he enters a common hall where dinner is almost done, Jon passes his friend and joins Sam, who is sitting by himself. After introducing Ghost in some polite conversation, Jon asks Sam to join him outside to talk. As they walk, Sam admits that he did not think the Night's Watch would be like this. All the buildings are falling down, and it is so cold. Jon suggests it must have been warmer where Sam lived, and Sam explained he had never even seen snow till a month ago. Jon leads Sam to the wall, but Sam balks at climbing the great wooden stairs. Well, okay, I am completely on Sam's side. No way in hell. Jon replies that there is a wrench, but Sam states he does not like heights. When Jon asks why a boy who is afraid of everything would join the Night's Watch, Sam starts to cry. Gosh, I really felt for him at this point until Ghost licks his face, which makes them both laugh. They continue talking, and before long, Jon starts talking about Winterfell. Jon reveals a dream he's been having of returning to Winterfell to find it completely empty. As he's telling about the dream, Jon thinks about how several rangings have been made to find Benjen Stark, his uncle, whose trail just disappears. In his dream, Jon always finds himself descending the stairs to the crypt in the dark. And that is then that he wakes up. Well, that's kind of a prophetic dream, isn't it? Jon asks if Sam ever dreams of Horns Hill. Sam insists he does not, and he hated it there. After a long silence, Sam tells the story of why he was sent to the wall. His father, Lord Randall Tarley, was disgusted that his eldest son was so plump, soft, awkward, and squeamish. Sam's interest in music, books, dancing, and soft clothes only made matters worse. Many masters-at-arms were brought to Horns Hill to try to make Sam into the type of man his father wanted. And that was also brutal part of this. The things they did to try to toughen him up, it was definitely child abuse, to say the least. When his second son, Dickon, was finally born, Lord Randall had given up on Sam. On his 15th name day, Sam says he was escorted to his father in a wood, where he was informed that he was to forsake his claim to Horn Hill and join the Night's Watch, or else his father would arrange an accident. That also was a really hard part to read. Imagine a father feeling that way about his own son. It's terrible. Jon returns to the common room. His friends explain that they did not shun Sam. There were places on the bench, but Sam... Oh, whoops, my bad. I skipped something, but oh well. A little bit of commentary. Jon finds it strange that Sam tells the story in such a detached voice and does not weep it even once. See, that's another strength of Sam. He just sees it as matter of fact. I would be devastated. Okay, whatever I just said. That Sam went ahead and went to bed. Jon persuades them all to not beat Sam anymore, and whatever Sir Alistair says. You see, Jon's a good guy. He knows that it's not okay to do this. And what struck me on this part is, do all the Night's Watch have to be soldiers? Can't they be scholars? If I'm correct in that, with the Meisters. Yeah, that they do. But I guess he has to still go through the training. I mean, but I don't see why Sir Alistair has to be such a jerk about it. It takes one look at him. If there is a place for them to be scholars, it takes one look at at Sam to go, okay, this little boy, let's just go through the motions and not beat him up too bad. Rost, however, insists that if Thorne sends him against Lady Piggy, he will cut off a rasher of bacon, and laughs in Jon's face. By the way, not okay by any stretch of the imagination. Not okay. And then this is one of my favorite parts. This is classic. Later that night, later that night, they where did I go? Gosh darn it, I lost my place. I hate the quarantine. It makes my brain go. I lost my place. Okay, John with Pip, Grin, and Ghost. See, that was the part I liked. Ghost. It's just like, and Ghost. And the dog went with them. Visits Wrath in his cell. With Ghost's mouth around Wrath's throat, John tells Wrath that they know where he sleeps. That was great. I must admit, I then went on YouTube to watch that scene. And it was so funny, the timing that they did, where you see him wake up and the three boys, John and his friends, are hanging over him. But so is Ghost, just like them, but he's not a boy, he's a dog. I love that. Okay. And all he says, like, we know where you sleep. After that, no matter what Sir Alistair does, he cannot get any of the recruits to do anything but tap Sam when they are put up against him. Sam later thanks John and calls him his first friend. John responds that they are not friends, but brothers. John now realizes that Robb, Bran, and Rickon are his father's son, that he had never been one of them. His true brothers are the outcasts of the Night's Watch. Wow. You see, I love this. I loved reading this. He realizes his uncle was right and wonders if he will ever see Benjen again to tell him. Yes. Love this chapter. Look at what he can pack into just a few pages. And I'm really loving these boys, these little boys. And I hate that I know what's going to happen. So that's it. So that is this latest chapter of reading Game of Thrones for the first time. Got the link to what I was reading from there. Have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, middle of the night, apocalypse. And be certain, if Jon Snow tells you to leave Samwell Tarly alone, I would advise you to leave Samwell Tarly alone.